A.J. Nitkowski, the second off his successor, John Doherty.
You know, the amazing thing about Albert Belle, when you look at what he's done power-wise, and you look amongst the leaders in the American League, there's a guy hitting .320 now with 31 home runs. You look at all those guys. Those guys are up there in the power categories. Other guys like Frank Thomas, this guy. And the amazing thing about him, I mean, normally you associate a power hitter, a guy like a Cecil Fielder, hitting 240, 245, whatever. He hits 35, 40 home runs every year, although this year he's at 27 right now. But those are the guys you associate as the big power hitters, not the guys hitting 330 and 340. And that's what we have today.
Well, even over in the National League, Dante Bichette has a crack at the Triple Crown. He leads in home runs with 31 and in RBIs with 97, and only Tony Gwynn is out hitting him by 19 points. As the evening begins, Gwynn at 358 in pursuit of another batting title, but Bichette is at 339 and has a chance if Tony should come back to the pack a little bit.
Having a heck of a year. Another guy having a big year, Eric Plunk, 6-2. Perfect setup guy for Jose Mesa. This is the way Mike Hargrove usually works it. Brings the Ossenmachers and then Plunk, and then it's the big man, Jose Mesa, in the ninth. We'll get a chance to see him work here tonight.
1-0 to Fryman and tap foul. Well, Hargrove has a definite way in which he uses Mesa, which is the way most managers use their closers. He doesn't wait for anyone to get on base. In every one of his appearances this year, Mesa has pitched 1 inning and exactly 1 inning. That's it. Never brings him in once the frame has started. Here's a long drive to left, and Fryman has taken this one out of here. It lands with a Plunk out on the porch as Eric Plunk is touched for a home run by the first hitter he faces, and they're within 1, which will make matters much more interesting and challenging for Jose Mesa, provided they hold it here before he comes on in the ninth.
That's the 5th home run given up by Plunk. Here it is again, a high fastball. Look where that ball is, about belt high, just above the belt. Travis Fryman. Here it is. That's even above the belt. Got it all. Fryman knew it.
That was his 12th. And now here's Fielder in a 1-run game at 5-4. He is struck out, walked, and grounded out. And again, only the first baseman is on the right side of the infield as they shift against Cecil. Check swing foul, 1-1. Red Sox and A's haven't gotten started yet. Same is true of the Yankees and Mariners, and Junior came back with a bang last night. The 9th inning game winner off John Wetland, and what a shot it was.
Big time.
Braves and Cubs played this afternoon at Wrigley Field. That's the game we told you about. The Phillies and the Dodgers. Juden, the winning pitcher, it looks like, plus a grand slam. Jeffries is hit for the cycle. Mets doing it to the Padres. Padres have wild card possibilities or a chance for the title in the West. Fielder cuts and misses, 2-2.
I had a chance to see Ken Griffey Jr. when he first came back, Bob, and watched him take his first couple of days of batting practice. See the Cardinals on top of the Rockies, and I really didn't think he'd be ready that quick. I really didn't. Well ahead of schedule, and last night he popped one, but a lot of people thought that he may not be able to play the whole year.
Full count now to Fielder. 1 out and a run home in the 8th. 5-4 Indians. Hit hard, and somehow he gets it through the left side with 3 fielders over there. And the other fielder winds up at first. You saw that Colorado-St. Louis score. David Bell, son of Indians coach Buddy Bell, had an RBI triple in that game. He's the guy they traded to St. Louis, but tonight's starting pitcher, Ken Hill, as you mentioned, it's late in the ball game, and since it's a 1-run deal here, they've got to run 4 Cecil Fielders, so a pinch runner comes in at first base. Plunk leaves. The Indians go to their bullpen again, and we go to another commercial, and we'll set all the changes for you when we come back. Alan Embry is the new pitcher, a hard-throwing left-hander. And the pinch runner at first is Derek White, who will assume fielder's position in the batting order and be the designated hitter and hit in the fourth slot. And that leaves Sparky Anderson with only 2 bodies on his bench, one of whom he's going to use right now. Alan Trammell will bat for Lou Whitaker. They brought in Embry to pitch the left-handed hitting Whitaker, and Trammell will hit for him, and Allen will stay in the game and play some infield position, and they'll be able to move people around. They could move Gomez to second. They could put Trammell in the game at second base, and this means that Scott Fletcher is the only hitter or reserve that Sparky now has left.
I'm sure they'll move Gomez to second and stick Trammell at shortstop. Trammell, a couple of base hits and 9 trips as a pinch hitter.
Overall for the year, he's at 286, 2 homers, 19 RBIs, just under 200 at-bats. Kind of ironic at this stage of their respective careers. In a 1-run game, Trammell hits for Whitaker.
Trammell has always been one of those guys who talked at the top of the telecast with his double play partner Lou Whitaker. Never been a big guy, never been a big swinger, but still has power and can hit home runs. There he is, Lou Whitaker.
Lou was 1 for 3 tonight.
5th on the all-time Tiger home run list. Jumped ahead of Rudy York about a week ago.
White, who runs well, is at first. Trammell taps it foul. A ball and a strike. 1 out. Top of the 8th. A run home on a Travis Fryman home run. 5-4 in favor of the Indians. Each club with 7 hits. Neither team has made an error. There's Fryman, who connected for the 12th time this season a few moments ago. Embry brings it home. Inside. Embry can fire it up there well over 90 miles an hour. He's been up and down between Cleveland and Buffalo. This is his 3rd call-up of the year. You know who else the Indians have on the farm at AAA Buffalo? Billy Ripken.
Yep. He's resurfaced.
There was some talk of his possibly being dealt to the Orioles so he could be with Cal for the record breaker, but that hasn't happened. Trammell hits it softly, but in a good spot. White rounds second, but has to hold there. It's a pinch single for Trammell. Sparky's bench has come through for him. Stubbs had the 2 RBIs on the long pinch double, and now Trammell sends the tying run into scoring position with a little flare to right as a pinch hitter.
Trammell's 3rd pinch hit of the year. A little fastball out over the plate. And as Bob said, didn't hit it all that hard, but it was right there. Here's Ramirez on the pickup. And the Tigers now with the tying runs aboard. And Gomez the batter.
He started the 2-run rally in the 7th with a 1-out single. He's 2 for 3 on the night. Base hit could tie it.
For one of the few times this year Plunk has failed. I mean, this is the perfect setup for Mike Hargrove. 8th inning, Plunk. 9th inning, Mesa out of here.
They're 2 outs from Mesa, who hasn't failed even once all year. But they've got to get those 2 outs. 1-1.
He waits. More than any other staff. 38 saves.
38 for 38. Broke Dennis Eckersley's single-season record for consecutive saves. The record over more than one season is 41 by Rod Beck of the Giants. Mesa closing in on that. Right center field. Ramirez over. He's got it. White tags, goes to 3rd. 1st and 3rd, 2 down.
And a good play by Ramirez, forgetting about White. He doesn't mean to think. Keep that go-ahead run at first base.
unless Embry should uncork a wild pitch or.
Well, I mean, you're still keeping the tying run.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
the tying run's going to get there anyway, but to keep that winning run or the lead run anyway from second base.
Absolutely.
How many times have you seen an outfielder, Bob? Those guys that got the great arms, they know they throw well. Take a shot at a guy like that. They don't get him there, and the guy from first goes to second.
Samuel hasn't made contact. Struck out twice swinging and walked. Takes a strike. Be interesting to see what Sparky does with his infield in the bottom of the 8th, because Samuel can move around and play other positions. He's at first right now. Can't tell if Sparky is annoyed or bemused. He has seen it all.
Tonight he has. Derek White can play at first base. He's the runner at third.
1-1. Before the game, Sparky confirmed something for me that I was desperate to have confirmed. As a kid in California, he played sandlot ball with William Thomas. Who was William Thomas? Buckwheat in the Little Rascals comedies. Played ball with Buckwheat. The 1-1 pitch. 1-2.
Buckwheat out hit him.
And I asked Sparky if
There was somebody else you talked about.
was a great player. He said, well, he wasn't great, but he was Otay.
Otay? There was one other. There was one other player, wasn't there?
There was another guy.
Talked about
Another guy who
wasn't Darla.
No, it wasn't Darla Hood. Wasn't Miss Crabtree either. Or Petey the dog. The 1-2 pitch to Samuel. 2-2. Milt Kyler, a switch hitter, is next. If the inning continues. Struck him out. A dubious hat trick tonight for Samuel. That's his 3rd K. He leaves 2 runners. We'll see Mesa in the 9th. It's 5-4 Cleveland. Well, I guess there were all sorts of exotic maneuvers we speculated about, but Sparky did the most straightforward thing. Trammell is at short, and Gomez moves from short to second. And Christopher comes out of the bullpen, hoping to get through Ramirez, Perry, and Alomar, keep it a 1-run game, and see if the Tigers can be the first club all year long to get Jose Mesa to blow a save.
Now, this is Sparky's normal lineup as starters. Bob, when Trammell is in the game, it's normally Gomez. If Whitaker is going to get the rest, he plays Gomez at second, Fryman at third, and then either fielder or Samuel at first. But that's his normal move, and Trammell in there tonight, and that was Jose Mesa, who we will see in the top half of inning number 9.
This has been an interesting ballgame. Ramirez singled Stolabase, hit by a pitch, fly to right, swing and a miss.
In a game, Bob, that I said earlier, I thought coming in here tonight with the Indians and Detroit might see a high-scoring ball game. Well, for the first few innings, there was nothing. Total of 5 hits in the game and a couple of runs. And here in the last couple of innings, things have got interesting. Both teams scoring a pair in the 7th.
Ramirez among the league leaders at 329. Edgar Martinez of the Mariners is way out in front. Started the night at 366.
That guy is something. He's there all the time. Edgar Martinez.
You know, as much as I dislike this whole wild card setup, Seattle, if they got the wild card, would scare a lot of people, because in a 5-game series they could pitch Randy Johnson and Andy Benes twice, provided they clinch the wild card early enough so that they could rest them and get that pitching rotation in order. And with Junior back, and with Martinez and some of the other pop they have in the lineup, they could beat a superior team in a short series.
Absolutely. Jay Buhner with a grand slam home run yesterday. 24 home runs for Buhner.
A full count to Ramirez, leading off in the bottom of the 8th. Hit hard to left, but Kyler will be there. Cleveland is 21-11 this year in 1-run games, 13-2 in that department at Jacobs Field. Detroit, as befits a team that has gone down the chute since the All-Star break, 11-15 in the close ones. played first base tonight. We haven't seen Thome or Sorrento, at least not yet.
Both getting the night off. Jim Thome with a scratch on his eye. That's the problem with him. He took batting practice and told me that he was available to pinch hit, Bob. Sorrento just gets the night off.
And with the left-hander starting,
Absolutely.
C.J. Nitkowski, they went with Espinosa at third base. One and two. Christopher. Trying to keep things tidy until the ninth. Punch toward the hole. And even if Gomez had flagged it down, he would have had no chance to get Perry at first. So there's a base hit. His first of the night.
Perry, who knocked in a run with a sac fly back in the fourth inning. This one right off the end of the bat between Gomez and Samuel. Base hit, as Bob said. There's no chance for Gomez to make a play on that ball, even if he picks it up. It's a base hit for Perry. Alomar now.
Sandy's 1 for 3. He's hitting .298. You know, you mentioned how much Roberto Alomar wants as a free agent, and that might be prohibitive for any club. Even the Indians, doing well financially, selling out every night at Jacobs Field, a rosy future. They have so many good players that their payroll is going to jump. But if they were to get Robbie Alomar, there are a number of maneuvers they could make. Got in on him and he rolls it foul. They could move Baerga around. They could play him at third. They could move Thome across the diamond to first. They could make Murray a full-time DH. Well, they'd be close to invincible if they could reunite the brothers Alomar.
A guy like Paul Sorrento, I mean, if you're going to work it that way, you lose a guy like Sorrento who's going to give you 20 home runs plus a year.
Perry was running, and Alomar fouled it off. Welcome to those of you who watched the Mets beat the Padres 10-5. Bob Costas with Bob Uecker at the Jacobs Field in Cleveland. A runner on base. He is running. Herbert Perry of the Indians, and he is thrown out by John Flaherty of the Tigers for the second out here in the last half of the eighth. For the benefit of those of you just joining us, bottom of the eighth, 2 outs. With Perry being cut down, the bases are now empty. They count 1-2 to Sandy Alomar. The Indians lead the Tigers 5-4. Albert Bell has homered twice on this, his 29th birthday, his 30th and 31st of the year. Travis Fryman has one for the Tigers. Jose Mesa is warming in the Indian bullpen. And we're going to see him right after this commercial break. Alomar fans to end the inning. Mesa, who is 38 for 38 in save situations, is coming in with a 1-run lead to protect. We'll be right back.
Listen to him.
Talk about a guy who came out of nowhere all in one season. You're looking at him, Jose Mesa. One of 15 kids growing up on a farm in the Dominican Republic, knocked around the big leagues. As a starter, he could always throw hard, but hitters with time, his fastball, slider, which was his entire repertoire, after about 5-6 innings, he'd start to lose something. They'd begin to time him, and he was just a so-so starter. Last year, they moved him to the bullpen when Phil Regan, then a coach with the Indians, now the manager of Mesa's former club, the Orioles, suggested that they try it. He blew 4 of 6 save chances last year. This year, he has broken Dennis Eckersley's single-season record for consecutive saves, 38 without a miss. He has been perfect. The record spread over more than one season is 41 by the Giants' Rod Beck. He could move to within 2 of that if he retires the Tigers here in the ninth. Milt Kyler is the hitter, 1 for 3. Had an RBI triple his first time up.
Well, there's nothing to look for against this guy but heat. Fastballs and a very hard slider. And a guy who loves to work every day. As you mentioned earlier, Bob, every time he comes in, he works 1 inning. That's been it.
Fouled off by Kyler. He's got a shot at the Cy Young, although Tim Wakefield leads the league in ERA for a starter and victories. Might get it. for the Red Sox. But a reliever is often considered as the MVP, something close to an everyday player. He's a presence in every game, even if he doesn't get into it, because you have to manage with that in mind. So would you consider him for either of those awards?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at what this guy has done for this club. And it's each and every day. I mean, when you get to this point in the game, and it's a 2-run, 1-run lead, whatever, it's a safe situation, he's going to be in there. I don't care who the starter is and what he's done. He's going to be in there.
The 2-2 pitch to Tyler. Hit into right field, and backing up to make the catch in shallow right is the second baseman, Baerga. Got in on his fist, and Baerga squeezes the little flare for the first out.
You got to be ready for nothing but heat against this guy. You got to get out in front of him. Here's that last fastball, and easy play for Baerga. This guy's a little bit intimidating, too. He comes inside on you and got that nasty slider down low and away.
For his first at-bat now, the catcher John Flaherty, Chad Curtis, the center fielder next. Sparky Anderson has only the veteran Scott Fletcher left on his bench. 5-4 Indians, top of the ninth, 1 out, nobody on. The 1-0 pitch from Mesa. A ball and a strike. Listen to him roar here.
They love this guy here, Bob. They really do.
His best fastball is in the mid-90s. But he's added that two-seam fastball for sinking action. And that has really been what has made the difference. He had the four-seamer, but he couldn't consistently throw that, even at top speed, inning after inning, past big league hitters. Adding the two-seamer changed everything.
Well, it gives you, as a pitcher, the ability to work inside. I mean, you can throw a fastball down the middle, and if you got that sinking action on it, you're on somebody's fist. There's that slider right there. That's the breaking ball from Mesa.
A bargain in the modern world of baseball, making only $850,000. John Hart, the GM, threw in a 10-grand bonus when he made the All-Star team. He didn't have a clause to that effect in his contract. And this ball is hit in the air to left center field. Bell and Lofton calls Bell off. And Mesa is an out away from finishing this and recording his 39th consecutive save.
I wish the fans, everybody, could have been able to see the scene when Mesa comes out of the bullpen. When that gate flies open out there, I mean, this whole place, and there's an excess of 40,000 here tonight, 41,000 plus. When that gate flies open in right center field and he comes out, this place erupts.
Mesa's ERA is 1.09. He hasn't allowed an earned run in 29 straight innings, going for 30 here. Drive to right. Ramirez going back. This is well hit. And it's gone. Do you believe that? He has blown his first save of the year. With 2 out in the top of the ninth, an opposite field home run by Chad Curtis, his 17th homer of the year, has tied this one at 5.
A lot of people have turned around and heading back into the stadium. I figure when this guy comes in, it's over. Those that had left and are leaving now, walking out the gates in left field, have turned around and come back in. They can't believe it. This crowd is stunned.
Now Higginson. Fastball is high. Higginson rips one down at first. Perry scoops it up. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth. First time all year, Mesa did not close it out. We're tied at 5.
Jim Thome.
Jim Thome. Jose Mesa had been perfect all year long. Rod Beck's record over more than one season will remain. He had already broken Dennis Eckersley's single-season mark. Mesa's reaction as Chad Curtis went the opposite way with the high fastball. And Curtis is a strong kid, and Mesa firing it up there at 90 plus you get a hold of one, he's providing some of the power for you.
That's what he does, though. He challenges. He comes in every day, says, here it is. If you hit it, it's gone. Or you hit it, hooray for you. He doesn't mess around. And Curtis, as you said, hit a high outside fastball and hit it out of here and right. And the Indians on here in the ninth now.
So Mike Christopher, who worked the eighth, comes back out for the ninth. And Jim Thome comes off the bench. Alvaro Espinosa played third for him tonight. He is hitting for Espinosa here and will remain in the game unless the Indians win it here in the bottom of the ninth. They have won 21 times in their last at-bat. That was only the second home run that Mesa has allowed all year. Dean Palmer hit the first one. A ball and a strike to Thome. 2-1.
No, it's not so bad you blow a save sometimes, Bob. I think Kenny Hill would have been the winner in this game, trying to win his second, and has struggled and labored, and that's what happens when you blow it. Hill doesn't get the win.
Mesa's got a chance for just his second win since he saved the game almost every time he's come in. His record is 1-0.
Every time somebody talks to that guy about what he's done here, he said, hey, all I am is the man coming in to pitch the ninth inning with a lead more often than not. He said most of the credit's got to go to the guys, the offense, the guys who score the runs.
He had not allowed an earned run in 29 2/3
back in June
before Curtis went deep. Struck him out. So Thome fans as a pinch hitter. Baseball Night in America brought to you by Sherwin-Williams Paint and Decorating Stores. Ask Sherwin-Williams. Arid Double X, the anti-odor, antiperspirant that helps keep you extra.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Tiger Television Network. Today, we come to you live from beautiful Jacobs Field in downtown Cleveland with